evening, all my little Pokemons. Mewtwo with you again tonight, and, well, we're going to continue to talk about house purchasing. This will be episode 3. Don't forget both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below, both of which are great ways to help support me and my channel, and to help me make better videos for you, my amazing public, including helping pay for this house, which we're talking about, that helped me get all this information. So, if you're caught up to where we are at the end of the last video, you've already gone house shopping, you've had some savings, and you've dealt with a lot of most of the precursors. And lo and behold, you have picked the house you're going to get. And that's great. Now what? Well, at this point, you go to your realtor and you make an offer. You don't have to offer the exact amount that's on the ticket that they're listing it as. In fact, you can negotiate down moderately, depending on if you found things wrong, or if you just feel like you can weasel them down a little bit. This is actually good and works out for you. And I'll be honest, we did talk ours down a little bit in the process, so it can work. There is exception to that, of course. Some areas, especially right now, home purchasing is hot. And there's a lot of stock market people that are just buying houses and turning them into apartments. So, in some areas, they're already being purchased before you're even seeing a listing that you can go look at. Or in some areas in general, it's just the housing market's hot and you don't have a chance. Assuming everything's well, though, you look at the house, you put in an offer, and the seller has a choice to either accept your offer and say, yeah, I think it is $3,000 less valuable than I posted it for. You can have it for, we'll say $97,000, because we were initially thinking about a $100,000 house in this scenario because it's a round number and it's easy to talk about. People in large cities are looking at me like I'm crazy, saying a house could be under $100,000, and trust me, parts of this world, you can get way lower than that for a big house. It's just how safe that neighborhood is, and or how great it is to live there in general. Cool. You did it. Congratulations. All done. Perfect. This video's over. No, that's not how it ends. Okay. This part can take a while. They accepted your offer. Great. Or they negotiated with you. You said, I want $3,000 off. They said, okay, how about just $2,000 off? And then you're like, yeah, okay. Or you can haggle over and over again. But honestly, if you feel like you're getting a good deal at some point, take it and stop the hassle. Now, you've done that. You've already taken the time to get approved for a loan from your bank. You've already set up your homeowner's insurance. Everybody is on board with this party. We're all on the train. The next part took us almost a solid month of signing papers, digitally signing papers, sending them back. Digitally signed some more papers, send it back. Physically signed some papers, send it back. Digitally, just papers upon papers upon papers. A house is made of papers, apparently. It just that's how the world works. And there's then the final signing day, where you go into an office of some kind, usually the selling realtor's office facility. most realtor companies have in an area a regional office-y place where they'll have a small boardroom or whatever with a table, a bunch of chairs, and a big old bucket of pens. Big bucket of pens for a reason. um, for anyone that's a furry will understand what I mean when I say we got final approval just before Anthrocon. So anyone that knows what Anthrocon is, you know where we were. We were in Pittsburgh. During the final stages, we had to digitally sign one more paper. We thought we had got them all, but there was like, no. The realtor's like, I have another paper. You have to sign and send back. I'm like, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. Wish me luck. Successfully did send that one back. And the Friday after Anthrocon that year, 5 years-ish ago, we found ourselves in the lovely boardroom in whatever the selling realtor's office was. Yeah. The seller does not have to be present at the same time you are. They can do their part of the signing before you come and do your part of the signing, but their part has to be done before you get the keys. So, all said and done, they'd already taken care of their part for us. So we were just there with our realtor, their realtor, some banky officials, and I don't remember who else was in the room. But it was the two of us, all of them, bucket of pens, and what felt like a ream of paper. With those little flaggy things listing every spot you had to sign or initial and or date. Usually it was at least something and a date. It was either signing or initialing on so many pages, so many pieces of paper. So physically, we signed, the two of us, everything we had to. And we had this volume of paper they handed us back of everything that was like our copies of the information, including the scariest page. Everyone at the table, our realtor, their realtor, and the bag said, yeah, you just don't look at that page. That magical page is how much you actually pay over time when you buy the house. We got good interest rate. Okay, we got a good interest rate. But in the long run, if we made this house pay out the whole 30 years, it was going to be over 4 times the amount the house is worth. It's how much we end up paying for it. We're not going to last that long for other reasons, which we'll explain later here. So yeah, don't look at that page. You will poo your pants, and it's going to smell bad in that room with all those official banking people. And then they might not want to sell you the house, so don't do that. Okay, so happy. We have now paid for the house. We have not signed for the house. You put your down payment down. You have paid all the basic fees. They literally hand you all of the keys to at least get into the house. In our case, the garage door code, which we changed immediately, and a garage door boop opener thingy. Yeah. So we got in the house. Hot good diggity. Very important step when you buy a house. Change any exterior door lock you can right away. Generally, this is actually pretty easy, and you can even make it so most every door in your house has the same key. Just go to your local home repair store, Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. Pick up some doorknobs and deadbolts and make sure they have the same code number on them. Because if they have the same code number, they have the same key. Get as many as you need for as many doors as you have, and hope they all fit. Ours didn't, so we have some knobs that are not new, but everything at least has something changed on it, so no one could just break into our house if they had all the old keys. Yeah. And of course, if you have a garage door opener that's got like a keypad, figure out how to change that ASAP, change it to new code. Therefore, the old owner cannot just beep themselves into your house by accident. All that's easy enough. You're good. Now you have a house. Congratulations. Where's your stuff? And how you getting it there? This is an expense that is more expensive the further you're doing it. And you may have actually proceeded with some of this step before any of this part occurred. In fact, we had done most of this prior to even house shopping, since we're moving from central Pennsylvania to Fort Wayne, Indiana. We rented 2 different U-Hauls, different times. I rent one by myself, the initial run, stored totes upon totes and garbage bags full of plush and things in a friend's basement. Thank you, friend. We really appreciated that. He had space. He was cool with it. He stored boxes. Life's good. He also let us stay in his house while we were house shopping. That is a true friend. Putting up with 2 people in your house? Yeah. But the further you're moving, the more expensive this can be. If your vehicle can run a U-Haul trailer, be very sure it can. This can be a very bad experience if you, say, blow your transmission going on a hilly area with a trailer your vehicle could not haul. Most of us are going to need more than a little U-Haul trailer. We are going to need the big old box truck. One thing I have learned from not only moving us, but helping other people move, probably go figure out about how big you think you're going to need, estimate from your boxes that you've packed already and the ones you think you still have to pack, and then add a couple more feet onto the end of the truck, because it's probably going to be a little bigger than you expect, and you don't want to be caught with your pants down when it comes to it's the day you're moving out of your apartment, you have a U-Haul truck, you've packed all but 3 boxes, and now you don't have any place to stick those 3 boxes. Ruh-roh. I will say it was sad leaving a couple extra things on the curb when we left, but you take what you can and accept certain loss in the end. I will miss you forever, 386, but you're in a better dumpster. Once you get all your stuff moved, you're probably, most of us, if you're moving into a house from an apartment, you're going to have more space than you had furniture. This is one of the places where I definitely recommend, I personally do recommend, budget a little bit towards this. save just a bit more. I'm not saying save an extra $20,000 for furniture, or that you have to buy all the furniture on day one. But if, say, you're moving from an apartment where you didn't really have a living room so much as you had a room where you had your computers that you worked from, and you had a futon that was also a bunk bed because it helped you store stuff, and that's still in the garage and needs to go to a scrap person or garbage. I haven't figured that out yet. Working on that. Do you want an actual couch? You want a place to sit your butt to watch TV. This can be a big thing. It can be a very important, life-changing part of the process. Actually getting yourself a living room with a couch. Maybe replace your mattress with a shiny new, slightly bigger mattress. Also did that. This can be a little bit of money, I know. And right now, you're, at this point, hurting from the fact that you paid all those mystery fees you didn't really think about ahead of time, plus the down payment, and now you have to pay for this stuff that you're like, oh, yeah, I guess we need furniture. Huh. But don't worry about filling everything out. Just get what you need to start yourself off for this month. You're going to get paychecks still. You're going to have money to buy a nice recliner next to it or something, or a table for the kitchen that you have a space for, or a nice china cabinet. You know, things we spent money on after we got done moving in. And a very important one I want to touch on before this video gets too long. Turning on your utilities. We got most of this done, I think all of this done before we moved in, and before we had most of our furniture in the house. But yeah, make sure you have somewhere to still be before you have, until you have electricity, internet, water, if there's gas, heating, or whatever, heating oil in your area, till you get everything turned on, loaded up, chopped up, good to go. You may have to have someone sitting at the house being bored with no electricity or internet while they're waiting for either like the electricity or internet people to come and flip the magic switch. My love had the day off that internet was getting turned on, so he was here in the house with almost no furniture units, making sure the internet turned on. So yeah, very important function there. Make sure you have stuff working. And if you're a good children, you've already looked ahead and made sure what kind of internet speed you can get at that location, and get the one that best suits your needs. You don't have to get gigabit just because it's there. Check the prices. You can always upgrade later, and just get what you actually need. Like, we can get 150 here by 150, but we stick to the 100 by 100 because two of us, and it's fast enough to make a YouTube video go up really fast, so I'm not concerned. We can watch Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max on as many TVs as we feel necessary at any given time, and not have any major lag. We have more issues with the Wi-Fi than we do with the speed of the internet. That's our fault, not the internet's fault. So yeah, I think that covers today's video. We're going to have at least one more because I have some more stuff to talk about this. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little dingly bell for the little dingly bell. Let you know when I post new videos. Who knows? Could be this silly Pokemon in a pink bathrobe talking to you about house buying stuff. But for now, Mewtwo appreciates you coming and spending time with him and learning up a little bit on something that may help you. For now, stay financially conscious. And I'll see you again real soon.